Hello there, welcome to another video. I'm Dr. Leo, and on this channel, in collaboration with Novolab, we want to share with you free and informative content on how to feel and age better. One of the things I realized very early as a doctor is that sleep is very undervalued in the profession in general, not only in the medical industry, but in society as a whole. You have people working over 100 hours per week. You have people who are underslept, who are caffeinating, who are using energy drinks, energy sprays, anything to keep them awake and functioning throughout the day. Sleep is by far one of the top factors in determining our health and well-being and how slowly we age over time. So in this video, we're going to be going over sleep in detail. What is it, how it works physiologically, what is going on throughout the different stages of sleep, how it impacts our body and health, so that you can have a better idea on this extremely important thing that many people overlook. If you like these topics and you want to stay informed, then make sure to like this video and subscribe to the YouTube channel so you don't miss the next one. So what is sleep? A lot of people believe that sleep is just this state where our brains shut down, we turn off, and we just rest, right? But it turns out the brain is actually very active during sleep. There's a lot of things that are going on, and there are basically two different categories of sleep. There is REM sleep and there is non-REM sleep. You can actually separate these different stages of sleep on an encephaloelectrogram, which is basically a graph charting the different brain activities, with N1 showing theta activity or theta waves. You have N2 showing spindles and K complexes. And then during N3, you have the slower, bigger delta waves. Throughout a night, we will cycle through the different stages of sleep, going through N1, N2, and N3, and back up towards REM, and then back down again into deeper sleep. And this happens at a rate of around 60 to 90 minutes per cycle. In our brains, we have two systems that are fighting each other constantly to decide whether we are going to be awake or if we're going to be asleep. You have this ascending activation pathway, which is always trying to turn the brain on. And then you have something called the ventrolateral preoptic area, which is then trying to inhibit these pathways in order to put us to sleep. Now, the important thing about the ventrolateral preoptic area is that it's actually connected to the suprachiasmatic nucleus. Now, I'm saying a lot of nerdy words here, but the important thing is that the suprachiasmatic nucleus has to do with the circadian clock. And the circadian clock is affected by the sun and darkness cycles outside. So when we are hit with a lot of blue light, which naturally would be when the sun is up, this would send a signal to the suprachiasmatic nucleus to keep the ventrolateral preoptic area from inhibiting our arousal or our awake systems. This is why we stay awake, and a lot of people actually have a lot of trouble sleeping when they have a lot of blue light. Sleep, though, as I mentioned, is a very underestimated aspect of health. It is actually very central to so many processes for our body. Things like learning, consolidating long-term memory, things like repair of tissues and wound healing, even improving our immune system and preventing us from getting sick from pathogens or infectious agents out in the environment. The exact mechanisms behind why sleep is so important in wound recovery and immune system function is not fully understood. But if there's one thing I have learned from becoming a doctor, is that our medications, our procedures, our surgeries, our technology in the medical industry today is so far behind the intuitive intelligence of the human body when it comes to healing, when it comes to fighting infections, when it comes to even things like fighting cancer. Our bodies have such an amazing capability of taking care of itself and removing threats. Many times the best thing we can do for our bodies is to set it up for success, to set up our bodies to do its job the best way possible. This includes things like nutrition, like exercise, like stress management, mental health, and it includes, very importantly, sleep. If we are not sleeping right, there is no way your health is going to be optimal. So this is an area that definitely deserves a lot of focus. And as if we needed any more examples of how and why sleep is so healthy for us, people who sleep more actually tend to live longer, and people who sleep less tend to live shorter lives. And this has been known for quite a long time, and just goes to show you the power of this underestimated factor in health. So now that we know how important sleep is for our health and for our healing process, how do we set ourselves up to get the most out of sleep? Now, there are a wide range of problems that can affect us and can actually perturb our sleep. But one of the most important and the most common issue that we see around sleep is that people are going against the set of evidence-based behaviors that promote good sleep and are engaging in too many of the behaviors that actually perturb sleep. And this is a set of guidelines that is used by a lot of sleep specialists called sleep hygiene. You may have heard of it, you may have not, but we are going to go over sleep hygiene in detail in the next video so that you have the tools required to get the most amazing restorative sleep and therefore get the benefits accrued to you through this practice. And with that being said, I want to say thank you so much for watching. Like always, do leave a like and do leave your thoughts in the comment section. We are creating this information and this content for you, and so we would like to know exactly what it is that you want to see more of. So thanks again, and I'll see you in the next video where we will go over sleep hygiene.